Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 6. I'm Jessica Harrington. Tonight's top stories. A look back at a Kern County New Year's Eve miracle and rare occurrence 2 years ago. Twin babies born in separate years. How the family and those babies are doing now. And a surprise military homecoming here at Meadowsfield Airport. Our cameras there capturing the priceless moment. Allison?
And you can expect calm conditions for the first weekend of the new year, but temperatures will be warming significantly. More details on your full forecast when 23 ABC News at 6 starts right now.
Live from downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. We begin tonight with a look back at a rare moment and birth that captured the hearts of Kern County when we first reported the story 2 years ago. On New Year's Eve 2018, we brought you the story of an early Mart family that had twins, one born in 2017, the other in 2018. 23 ABC's Daniela Garrido caught up with the family to see how those little ones have grown.
Joaquin Flores is one of the last babies born in Kern County in 2017, with a birth time of 11:58 p.m. on December 31st. Gitana Flores was one of the first babies born in 2018 at 12:16 a.m. on January 1st. They are twins, but they couldn't be any more different. 2 years since their birth, we caught up with them again. They're different because she has problems. It's not the same with her. We have to take her to a lot of medical appointments. She doesn't walk or independendize herself like her brother. He goes everywhere and eats regular food, but she doesn't. Since their birth, the family has struggled to transition to a new way of life. We're living very hard. I can't work because I just had surgery, and my husband works twice a week because there isn't much work in this season. The mother of the twins just underwent surgery, and the father of the twins says it's a low season for the farm workers, making it difficult to financially support the medical and growing needs of their children. I spend most days driving 2 hours, and we need food and gas and all the costs. There's just times we don't have, and we have to ask for a loan. Gitana has physical therapy for her cerebral condition at least 4 times a month at the Valley Children's Hospital in Madera. This year, we didn't celebrate since she just got surgery. We didn't do anything. The family says health and finances has paused the birthday celebrations for this year, but with the help of their older daughter, they make the most of their circumstances. We work for them, nothing more. We brought a cake and some presents to sing the twins a happy birthday and ring in a new year.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC Connecting You.
So sweet there. Well, it was an early celebration at Meadowsfield Tuesday night as a local soldier surprised her family with a homecoming at the airport. Sergeant Elaine Moreno is a U.S. Army reservist. She had been deployed to Iraq for 10 months as part of her first ever deployment. She was greeted at Meadowsfield by family, including her 3-year-old son, who didn't know his mom would be back home.
It was extremely emotional. I was saying surreal, and I think I was in disbelief because it's been so long.
Sergeant Moreno says she's home for good and is looking forward to celebrating the new year here in Bakersfield. Love those. Well, new details tonight. A man is in custody and 2 firefighters are injured after the Kern County Sheriff's Office was called to help Kern County Fire because a combative man had reportedly barricaded himself inside a burning home Wednesday. KCSO officials said fire crews responded to a home on fire on Normandy Drive in East Bakersfield. When they arrived, KCSO said Patricio Orque became combative before barricading himself inside a room in the home. Deputies were called out and were able to force their way into the room to remove him. 2 firefighters were injured during the process. Orque was booked on multiple charges of assault on a peace officer. CHP is still reminding drivers to buckle up and avoid distractions while behind the wheel. For this New Year's Day maximum enforcement period, CHP will use all available units until 11:50 p.m. tonight. And CHP will target impaired drivers, but officers will also be looking for distracted driving, speeding, and seatbelt violations. According to CHP data, during the 2018 New Year's enforcement period, at least 25 people were killed, 270 others were injured in collisions involving impaired drivers on California roads. Happening tomorrow, the California Department of Water Resources is set to conduct its first snow survey of 2020. The department's snow survey is a chance for officials to measure the water content in the snowpack. Data collected from the monthly snow survey will help determine the amount of water that will melt and run off to state reservoirs during warmer months. The information is critical to the water managers who allocate California's natural water resources to regions downstream. So tomorrow, officials will meet at the Phillips Station in Sierra Nevada, one of 260 snow courses across the Sierra Nevada that the department will manually or electronically measure each winter and early spring.
And speaking of that snow, there are good skiing and snowboarding conditions up in Alta Sierra. They are open tomorrow, Friday, as well as this weekend. And temperatures are going to be in those mid to upper 40s with mostly clear skies. So really nice conditions to head out there as we head into the weekend. But as of right now across Kern County, we are seeing some passing clouds, especially throughout the valley and in the mountains, but also strong winds. We're looking at 17-mile-per-hour winds in Tehachapi right now, nearly 30 in Mojave, and more than 40-mile-per-hour winds in Jawbone Canyon. So in this area, we are tracking a wind advisory until 12 tomorrow, and we could be seeing gusts reaching up to 50 miles per hour. So make sure that's something that you're keeping in mind as we head into the overnight hours. But as for those temperatures, they are only going to continue to warm as we head into your Friday and Saturday. I'll let you know what that means for air quality tomorrow, coming up next.
Caught on video, one Florida man who spends his days helping people live healthier lives is credited with saving a dog from death. It happened when someone in his building accidentally left a leash in an elevator. Angie Agners has the amazing video of what happened next.
Surveillance cameras caught the whole thing. You can see it here. The elevator doors closing on this dog's leash and the owner panicking, trying to free her pup. Through the doors, in walks Dr. Muhammad Awad, holding a plate of food. Then this. Boom. Awad throws his food, doesn't waste a second, jumping over and over, trying to pull the dog down. He even stumbles himself before finally snapping the leash free.
And in my head, I'm like, there's nothing else that you could do. I had to go help this dog. And it was all like slow motion timing.
We had the chance to catch up with Dr. Awad. He says he's grateful that he was the one there on Sunday night and that his instincts took over.
No one rehearses something like this. Obviously, it was dangerous for you, too.
Honestly, I wasn't really thinking about anything. I dropped all my food. I jumped to try to grab the dog, to try to break the leash. Initially, it didn't work out. I go back at it again. The dog is screaming. I'm like, oh my God, the dog has like seconds to live.
Luckily, in this fight or flight moment, he had the strength to snap the leash, and the dog tumbled to safety right on top of Awad's dinner.
Even though, you know, I'm a human physician, I went and examined the dog. I touched his throat, looked at it. The dog drank some water. I knew it would be okay.
And while Awad doesn't know the woman he helped or that pup personally, he'd do it again in a heartbeat.
I felt like anybody else in my position would have done the same thing.
Reporting in Tampa, I'm Angie Andrews.
Whew, glad that one worked out well. Well, a federal judge has temporarily blocked a California labor law that would impact independent truckers. This new law would make it harder for companies to identify workers as employees. Independent truckers are not entitled to minimum wage or workers' compensation. One Democratic Assemblywoman says, quote, trucking companies have profited from misclassifying drivers as independent contractors, taking away rights such as meal and rest periods and fair pay. Well, grab your partner. It is time for the Rivertown Hoedown. That's this year's theme for Friday's annual kickoff dinner as Whiskey Flat Days returns to Kernville. The event is a countdown for the Whiskey Flat Day mayor race where the candidates try to earn your votes. Whiskey Flat Days helps raise money that goes toward Kernville community events and projects. The dinner is scheduled for Friday at 6 at Ewing's on the Kern in Kernville. Tickets are $32 a person. Just head to our website, turnto23.com, to purchase yours today. The new year is here, and like many, you have probably started working on that new you. And a local cancer center is holding a series of seminars to help people like you find ways to start and stay healthy, as well as prevent cancer. The AIS Cancer Center is holding the Path to Wholesome program. It's an integrative nutrition and lifestyle revamp program that will hold seminars from January 7th until March 24th. The seminars are held Tuesdays from 10 a.m. until noon. They focus on helping you adopt and or improve lifestyle habits that will help you gain energy, focus, manage your weight, and prevents cancer and other chronic diseases. Program includes light refreshments, biometric screenings, and a boot camp. The program is offered free of charge to adults at least 18 or older. The seminars are held at the Cancer Center in its third floor conference room. The center is located at 2620 Chester Avenue in Bakersfield, and those interested can call 637-8321 to register. For the third year in a row, Bakersfield will host a women's march in downtown Bakersfield this month. We have video from a previous year here. Now, organizers say the event coincides with nationwide marches. The march will feature local speakers and performers, more than 50 local nonprofits and local business vendors showing their support for equality and rights. The event is scheduled for Saturday, January 18th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Central Park off of 21st Street in downtown Bakersfield. Still ahead here on 23 ABC News at 6 in sports. The calendar just hit 2020, but we're curious. What could the Bakersfield sports scene look like by 2030? Allison?
And we're tracking the chance for fog later this week, and I'll let you know how that could be impacting your weekend. Coming up next.